Should we tell the story? We've never told our engagement story.
Michaela was taking me away from my 30th.
I walked in and I saw this really, really big bunch of flowers. And then there was like pink balloons. Oh, they think it's my birthday. I looked down.
There's a little English man on one knee.
And my world just exploded. Well, this is weird.
We're back.
We're back. I mean, I'm pretty sure our episode before this was about us being back, but hi, we're alive.
I'm Russell. Is this Michaela for anyone who's forgotten us?
I actually don't know how to do this anymore. Like, I feel so freaking awkward.
I know, it's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a hot minute. But anyway, we are back.
Yeah, we are alive. We are
alive anyway. We're not necessarily back in terms of regular podcasts again.
Yeah, look, we have had to pivot a little bit, haven't we?
Yeah, I think it took a lot of time, a lot of editing, a lot of thinking, and also it just took up a fair chunk of our weeks doing weekly podcast episodes.
It did. I think towards the end there as well, because we did like a solid stint of doing weekly episodes, didn't we?
6 months or so.
Yeah, it was. Towards the end, it just felt a little bit forced. Like, obviously, Russ and I, we live together, we work together, we literally do everything together. So we kind of already spoke about all of this, and then getting on the podcast, and speaking about it for the 1700th time, it was like, what is even happening? So, yeah, we're pivoting a little bit, and we're just going to do a podcast when we feel like doing a bloody podcast.
Yeah, when we feel like there's enough for us to talk about, we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
We'll just jump on every now and then. It won't be every week. It won't be every fortnight. It might be just every kind of few weeks.
That's exciting though, because surprise,
I have
here's an episode.
I have already filmed an episode with Andrew. So
I know we're doing this in reverse, aren't we?
We thought we'd do this one and post this one first and release this, and then Andrew's one's coming. So that will be shortly after. And then you never know, we might do another one next month.
But no, we're back. I'm excited to be back. To be honest, I've been like very nervous to record this because, as I said, I feel like I'm a bit out of practice. But we're excited for this episode today because we have a lot to update you on. Because I mean, 2020.
Well, we've been MIA.
Yeah,
so
we have
that
been MIA. But 2024 was fucking wild. Like,
yeah, it was a roller coaster, wasn't it?
Oh, a roller coaster of emotion. So we're going to cover, I guess, what 2024 was like for us.
Yeah.
But then, more importantly, the back end of 2024, because things professionally, personally, all of the above just was insane.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start with the low.
Hey, okay. So you are very out of practice.
Oh, yeah.
Recommendation of the week.
I forgot about that. What's your recommendation?
No, my recommendation of the week. So we've actually been watching more like Netflix and documentaries. Probably more than we ever really have. We've watched 2, but that for us is big.
Michaela. This is Michaela's exaggerating skills. We watch them all the time.
It's actually so bad. Like, I am such a...
I don't even think we've watched 2. We have watched one and you're going to recommend it.
We watched the Molly May documentary, which P.S.
Oh, yeah, we
loved.
did. Yeah. That wasn't
Do you know what? No, do you know what's embarrassing? You knew more about Molly May than I did.
Yeah, well, she's English.
So?
I didn't know much about her.
I didn't realise that you kept up with the influencers over there.
I didn't know anything about her. I know about
You were
Tommy
telling me. You were literally telling me who she is, where she's from, her background, her net worth. And I was like, bro.
Yeah, because I was sitting Googling it. So I'm interested.
Anyway,
like,
that was a good that was a good doco and would recommend. You even liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
Anyway. Yeah. But my recommendation is not that documentary. It was the Avicii documentary. Now, we watched this last weekend, I think it was. Yeah.
3 weeks ago, but that's okay.
Whatever. And oh my God, like, I got a bit emotion.
Yeah, same. He was a pretty cool guy, hey. He was very, very fucking talented.
Oh, I didn't realize he produced songs as well for other artists. Like, I had no idea.
Yeah. I think when you don't know much about music and
us.
Yeah, and what he did with like electronic dance music, you don't understand how good he really was.
Yeah, well, he pretty much introduced, correct me if I'm wrong, but like house music to the world, no?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, that's wild.
Pretty cool.
But he, I think it was good just to see behind the scenes of someone like that that's in the spotlight. Someone that you think that they have it all and they have this amazing life and it looks glamorous and stuff. Like, he's literally worldwide, like, incredible. But behind the scenes, he was going through it. And yeah, for me to see that, it was like, you know what? Everyone does go through shit, and it, you know, whether you see it or not, it's just a normal part of life. So I loved it. I got a bit emotional.
They did a good job of it as well. Like, it was like he was like in
well,
it,
I think before
he was obviously filming a documentary beforehand.
Yeah, before he passed. So literally goosebumps. But if you have time, watch it. I think it was amazing, and I want to watch it again without maybe crying. But anyway, what's yours?
Mine is New Tonic, the drink.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm so spazzy right now.
Yeah, James Smith and Chris Williamson's drink. Obviously, they've had their cans for a while, but pretty much unless you want to pay a lot of money for them, you can't really get them here. I think they're like $12 a can.
Well, you tried to convince me. And
I was like, come on, surely.
Shutting that down.
Michaela said no. But they're very, very smart, aren't they? And they've obviously released, I think, tablets. So they've got like capsules now, which I haven't tried. But they've released those. And then they've also released sachets of powder, which is what we've ordered. Because obviously you don't have to really pay much for postage. And yeah, I found them pretty good. I've only really been drinking them for a week. But
early days.
Good to have something that's not caffeinated and not coffee.
Yeah, so we're not literally spazzing around like little ferrets.
Yeah, through the afternoon and evening as well. It's good to have that in the afternoon rather than a coffee.
Yeah, very true. And we got both flavours. So we got...
This isn't sponsored, by the way.
I wish. Fucking how much are being sponsored by something?
Hey, Jimmy Smith. Come over and sponsor.
Actually, he did reshare one of my tags when we went to the Clean Health event, and I pretty much thought I made it.
And then we realised he reshared everyone's.
Yeah.
From the event.
Shattered. Anyway, not sponsored. I fucking wish anything would really sponsor us. That would be pretty cool. But no, we're just here. We're battlers.
It's a cry for help.
We're battlers. But no, we have two flavors, the peach mango and...
Peach mango and the berry.
Peach mango slaps. Berry...
I recommend getting the 32 pack with the 2 lots of 16.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
you've
your
got some
taste
of
buds
each.
might be different.
Yeah, exactly. So get both. See what tickles your fancy.
What fancies you tickle?
And then you can order whatever one you prefer. I'll be getting the peach mango for sure.
Yeah, peach mango is slapping.
Yep.
Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Because fuck, do we have some updates for you? I mean, this is just like a very brief snapshot into the absolute chaos of 2024.
Let's start on a high. I've got some notes here with what happened in 2024, and the first one's a bit of a low.
We haven't spoken about publicly, have we? Like, this is...
Exactly. And the last episode we spoke was just before my 30 lessons, which...
Wow, that feels like a lifetime.
Yeah. Little did I know at that time...
Well, little did I know.
Yeah, I know.
You knew. I didn't know.
Yeah, little did you know that there was an engagement ring hiding in the house somewhere when I was talking about all of those nice little things about you.
I shit you not, it's what, January? And I'm still in disbelief that you got that past me. Like, I still, to this day, sit there and I'm like, how the fuck did you do that without me?
You had no idea, did you?
Absolutely no idea. Like, I am such a control freak. Like, I know everything. Like, everything. Even if you don't think I know it,
Why did you say that with such, like, a sadistic look on your face?
Because I am. I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah, you're a
Let's
psycho.
be honest.
You scare me.
I scare myself.
That's why I proposed to you, because, like, I'm scared of you.
Yeah, look, I'm not surprised. No, but I know everything. Like, no one could get anything past me. Even if I pretend I don't know, I absolutely know.
Why do you reckon you're such a good coach? Like, your clients...
You can try a lot of me, but I already know, sister.
Yeah. I didn't eat out on the weekend. Fucking bullshit.
I saw it.
I was there.
But... I didn't know. I literally had no idea, and I think that's why I was so taken off guard, and I think I will be taken off guard for the rest of my life. But I can guarantee you right now, you will never, ever be able to get something like that past me again.
Yeah, well, I did, so...
never again, though.
But, no, I did well. So,
Should we tell the story? We've never told our engagement story. Like, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, we have told it to people, but...
friends, but never to, like, the podcast or anything like that.
So, Michaela was taking me away for my 30th, because it was my 30th birthday.
Did we speak about that?
I don't know. We maybe spoke about it, yeah. And actually, I feel like remembering back now to when we were recording that last episode, I knew where we were going because I'd pre-organised the engagement, and you didn't realise that I knew. So in the lead up, Michaela's like, I'm going to organise, take us away, go away for a few nights, and it's going to be really special, etc., etc. So
it's because this guy has literally everything in the world. Like, never buy Ross anything because he probably already has it. So I was like, I'm just going to organise like a thing, like something for us to do, like go away, enjoy, like some time together, not work, that sort of thing. So I thought I fucking nailed it.
Yeah. And I'd actually already organised the ring way back. So Michaela went away in April.
Yeah, I went to Sydney.
Nights to Sydney. And like I think that's probably 2 nights that were apart out of the last like 5 years. We'd only probably have 10 or 15 maybe. Yeah. So we're always together and I was like, I've got to do this now.
Are you playing footsies with me?
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to like give Haiti pats with my foot.
Anyone who's not watching, Ross is playing footsies with me.
Yeah. You can't see our feet either, so it does look weird. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I thought, oh, you're away, so I've got to organise something now. So I messaged our dear friend Cherie, didn't I? And said, hey, Cherie, it's time. And yeah.
Backstory, Cherie is a diamond grader, so she helps design engagement rings.
Yeah. And went down, picked out a design for a ring, had it made, and yeah, went and saw your dad and your stepdad, and asked for their blessing, and came back. And little did you know, none the wiser, that I'd been for a little trip to Bendigo and back in the time that you were away.
No, I literally had no idea. Like, I don't know. I feel like, well, we've been together for a long time and we have a lot of other commitments together. So this is always going to be a forever thing for us. But for some reason, even though I, like, as every girl does, like they dream of their wedding, they dream of their engagement, when it actually happened, it's like, oh, like, oh, wow, like this isn't just a dream. So for you to get that past me, but for the whole process of designing my ring, which if anyone can see, it's fucking stunning. Like, I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I still look at it every day and I'm like, as if that's on my finger.
I mean, like, it's no surprise that I nailed it because the number of fucking hints that you gave me over the years.
I'm going to wear a ring for the rest of my life, babe. I want it to be studded. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I'd gone to your Instagram because I'm logged into your, like, coaching Instagram. And, like, your For You page is just fucking rings and rings
Was
and
it?
Rings. Yeah.
Oh, well,
this
it's
makes
probably
it easy,
made
doesn't it?
Yeah, it made your job easy. But the fact that it took how long to design? Like 12 weeks or something?
Yeah, I think about 12 weeks. Yeah.
Like 12 weeks to design the whole, like, story of how it happened.
Still got the wrong size.
Still got the wrong size. You must think that my fingers are fat. Because that was huge.
It's better to be bigger than smaller.
Yeah, look, that's true.
Because otherwise you wouldn't have been. Imagine if I had proposed and you couldn't even wear it.
Yeah. But yeah, the idea of it all going straight over my head is wild. So hats off to you, babe.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, you were planning to take me away, which was exciting, and that's when I thought, yep, that's when I'm going to do it, because you'd planned the whole trip. There were so many other opportunities for us, like where I'd planned for us to go away. And I knew that you were probably expecting it. And all I wanted, I didn't care where it was, how it happened. I just wanted it to be a surprise. So I'd thought, where's she going to take me? Where's she going to take me? So I actually asked our best friends, Jordan and Dana, and you told Dana, and I think I already maybe knew that. I asked them, where is she taking me because I'm going to propose? So I told them so that Dana would actually tell me because she didn't want to ruin the surprise, but she said just for this, she would.
This is the only time I'll ever break a secret.
Yeah, so Mitchelton Winery was the location, which I found out. But 2 weeks...
We'd never been.
Yeah, I'd never been. So 2 weeks, I think, before that, I was sitting on the couch.
Oh, my God, don't tell this story.
And at that time, I'd planned everything. Okay, I'd already called up and said... I had to make this weird call. It was like, hey... I think I'm staying there for my birthday, but I don't know because it's supposed to be a surprise for me, but I'm going to propose to my partner.
Imagine if she turned around and was like, I don't know who the fuck
and
you are.
I had to like confirm that I was actually staying there because I wasn't 100% sure. Anyway, so yeah, I'd already worked out everything, planned everything, organised everything. And I'm sitting on the couch at this time. I'm not supposed to know where we're going. And Michaela's on the phone to her dad who looks after Haiti and stays at our house when we're not home. And you said...
I was off with the fairies, honestly.
You were just like fucking pottering around in the kitchen doing something. And you were like, oh, can you come and stay from this date to this date? I'm taking Russ to a winery for his birthday. And you didn't say Mitchelton Winery.
I said
but you were
Ngambie.
Like, yeah, you were like, it's in Ngambie. And I was on the couch and I've just put my head up and like, I knew
He looked like a little meerkat over the couch.
I was like pretending to not know. And I was like, so that's where we're going.
Oh, my heart fell out of my arse.
And you literally just like, you see your face sunk. And I was like,
well, I'd been planning this for like months. And I was like, this is going to be the best weekend away. I'm going to take him to a place that he doesn't really know exists. Like, he thought that we were doing, like, Gold Coast or Sydney or something. Like, this place is stunning. We've always both wanted to go, like, where we love food, we love wine. Like, it's definitely us. It's got a spa. I was like, amazing. I'm not going to tell him where we're going. We're just going to get in the car and we're just going to drive.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
Unfortunately not. So I was able to search it up myself in the car. I drove us there. But yeah, I picked up the ring a few weeks before that, and I was so scared putting it into like my backpack in the car. I was like making sure it's in there 3 times. Like,
I didn't the morning of, because we worked the morning of. We went to the gym, like it was as normal, and then we left for Mitchelton at like
midday
9
or something.
or 9 midday. Bit of a difference, but anyway. I don't know
We
what time we
left
left.
on the day.
But we did leave, and I didn't pick up on anything at all. Like, I still had no idea. And maybe it's because I was so fixated on like, nailing the surprise for you.
So I had it in my bag, and then I put it in my jeans here, and then I put it back in my bag because I'm like, fuck, where do I put it? Like, so that she doesn't see it or find it. And then I put it in my jeans.
When have I ever looked in your laptop bag?
No, I know. And then I'm like, but what if she goes in there to get her laptop? And then I'm like, put it in my jeans, and I'm like, this looks like I got a fucking stiffy, so I can't have that. Let's put it back in the bag. So I put it back in the bag. We got there, we drove there, and Michaela was directing us as well. And took us 20 Ks down a dirt road in our little old Mazda. And
we always
I'm
got
like,
lost.
Fuck. And normally I'd be like, Michaela, why
I'm really bad with directions. Like,
did you take us this way?
If you and I, we're ever in a car together, do not let me take control of the maps.
Or let her drive, or basically just put her
let me sit there and do nothing.
Just put her in the back in a toddler
Don't let
seat.
me drive. Don't let me direct. Don't let me coordinate.
You know the baby seat that you have that sits backwards in the back of the car?
I need to be in that.
That's you. You need to sit in there.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, you took us 20 Ks down a dirt road, potholes everywhere, and I'm like, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't start with the tears, and I'm like gripping the steering wheel like, oh my goodness.
I could feel the tension.
Get through it. So we got through it, didn't we?
Well, I was like, you're not going to say anything because you don't want to ruin the surprise that I've like, I've worked for you, for your birthday. So I was like, he's not going to say anything, but you could cut the tension with a knife. Like, it was spicy in that car. Like, I wasn't saying anything, you weren't saying anything, and I was like in the back of my mind, says anything, I'm just gonna lose it. Like, I'm just gonna pull the handbrake. Like, I didn't know that we were going down this road. Like, I didn't know this is where we were going. I've never been to this place.
We were like Scrappy Doo. Hold me back.
Literally. But you said nothing, and I was like, wow, he really wants this to be a peaceful little trip away, doesn't he?
Yep. And then we got there, parked in the car park, which was like a 200 or 300 meter walk to the actual reception.
We parked in the wrong car park.
Yeah, we parked in the wrong car park, and I went to get my bags out because I was like so nervous with this ring. What do I do? Where do I get it? How do I?
I just thought you had separation anxiety from your laptop.
Yeah, so I went and got like the ring out my bag. Michaela's like, "What are you doing in your bag?" And I was like, I'm just getting my bag." And she was like, "Oh no, leave it here. We'll come back and get it." So I'm like, "Okay," and then I'm like zipping up the bag, trying to be subtle, whilst putting the ring like in my back pocket. And then we're walking in. It's a cute space, cute place as well.
It's gorgeous. We need to go back. We haven't been back since we were engaged.
And Michaela's like, "Oh, this would be beautiful for a wedding."
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
I walked in. I was like, there's apparently like so many stunning like weddings here.
Yeah, I'm like, "Oh yeah, great for a wedding. Yeah, love it." Anyway, so yeah, we got there, and they now in hindsight they gave it away a little bit.
They did, but I'm that fucking dumb. I had no idea.
They were like Michaela and Russell, and I
was like, yeah, that's me. Wait, how do you know? Like,
how would they have known my name?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Because I've already been organising shit. So yeah, they gave us wine on entry, and
I just thought that was like a part of the policy, and I was like,
I think it probably is. It's a winery, but they gave us a glass of wine.
Gorge.
And I was so nervous with my awkward cheers. We always joke
We went to the toilet, and I was like, interesting.
Yeah. Went to
Still
the
had no
toilet,
idea.
come back, and I think we cheersed like...
No, you cheersed me.
Yeah, I cheersed you about like 4 times.
Yeah, I was just like sitting there
I'd be like have a sip, and I'd be like, cheers. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to have a conversation. I was so fucking nervous.
You turned into like a puddle of water.
Turned into a mush.
It was so embarrassing now that I think back of it because...
it was cute. Come on.
It was cute. Well, when we got there, our room wasn't ready, she said. So they were like still doing whatever. And yeah, so we sat in like the foyer area, had our glass of wine, kind of like looked around. It was very like romantic and nice, and it was a beautiful day and all that sort of thing. And I was just like, I was just
August.
happy. Yeah. Well, I was just happy to be there. I was like, I'm so excited to have a few days off of work. Like, we have a spa package booked in like 2 hours or an hour or 2 hours or something. Like, I'm just going to be zen. And then Russ is sitting here like fucking sweating.
Yeah.
I shit you not.
It's August, by the way, and I'm sweating.
Yeah, he's like he would cheer, like we cheersed and we were like, happy 30th birthday, blah, 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 blah. And then like I would take a sip and then I'm kind of sitting there looking around and he's like, oh, cheers. And I was like, cheers.
What a fucking melt.
Literally. And then like took another sip and then I was like, oh, the pool area is gorgeous. Russ like, yeah, cheers. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, I was nervous. Leave me alone.
I didn't think anything of it. I just thought that you were so happy to have a night or a couple of nights away. Yeah. I was like, man, this guy needs to go on more holidays.
But yeah, and then you'd book the.
I booked like the suite, like the really nice
suite,
room,
whatever it's called.
So I was like, you know what, splurge. It's 30th birthday.
Yeah, and like it's right at the end of the hallway. I knew this too, by the way. So they told me on the phone that you'd already booked the penthouse or suite or whatever it was called. So they told me that on the phone. So yeah, we're walking down the hallway and Michaela's then turning giddy. Like Michaela's getting giddy because she's excited for me to see the room. And we get there and we open the door.
No, we don't even open the door.
Nah, I'm like...
We're like full Russian roulette on who opens the door first.
I scan the key tag thing and I try and like open it to let Michaela in. And she's like, no, you go first. And I'm like, no, you can go.
We were standing there for like 30 seconds to be like, no, you go. No, you go.
It was like so awkward.
It was so weird.
Finally, I just walked in and I walked in with Michaela behind me. And what did you see?
Oh my God. Well, so get this right. The week before, or 2 weeks before, I called Mitchelton and I was like, hey, it's my partner's 30th birthday. We're staying here on this date. Can I arrange to have some 30 balloons like put up in the room, maybe like a bottle of champagne on arrival, like just like deck out the room to be really like special for him? And they replied to my email and they're like, hey, like unfortunately like we can't do like in-house balloon service or anything like that, but we can do like a bottle of champers on arrival. And I was like, oh, fine, whatever, like that'll be good. So when I walked in, you know when you walk in like to a big room and kind of like it takes you back and you just need to take a second just to kind of gather your thoughts. I walked in and I saw this really, really, really big bunch of flowers, like huge. Like I'm talking the size of me, like massive. Huge, yeah. They were massive.
Like how funny was it carrying them into the car and stuff on the way home?
Oh my God. Anyway, saw that and then I kind of looked to the left and then there was like pink balloons and I was like, oh fuck, they think it's my birthday and that I was arranging it for my birthday and then they've gotten confused. I'm so embarrassed. They're pink balloons. They've done flowers and I was like, how did they get this so wrong? And then I looked down and I shit you not.
There's a little English man on one knee.
He is on one knee and my world just exploded. Like, you always imagine how you're going to react when you get proposed to. Like, you always think of, like, this beautiful, like, scenario and you're so, like, oh, my God, this is amazing. Like, yes, I was everything but. And I think it's because I felt so many emotions all in one hit. I started violently howling. Like
pure, like, ugly crying.
Like it wasn't just crying,
I was about
to
put the ring back in the box, back in my pocket and piss off because I was like, I don't know about this.
I think everyone else staying at the hotel would have thought that I was getting murdered. Like, I was like howling and crying and I couldn't.
Like 5 steps backwards as well.
I couldn't breathe. Like, I was just so shocked, so happy, so confused. Still pretty angry at Mitchelton for fucking up like the balloons. I was like, bro. And then like it all, obviously came to a halt and he put like the ring on my finger. I didn't even look at the ring at that point. Like I was just like shaking. And then like not half an hour, but like 5 minutes after I looked at the ring and I was like, oh my God. Like, what do you mean? And I was I don't know, you probably, if you have been proposed to or if you like have experience, you can't really explain the feeling that you get when like the love of your life asks you to spend the rest of their life with you. Like, it's euphoric. It was just the best feeling in the world. But because I had no idea and like naturally I like my makeup, I like wearing nice clothes. Like, if I knew I was getting proposed
You
to,
probably
like,
wouldn't have
I
had
would have been
chocolate on
ready.
your shirt.
No, I would have been ready. Like, I would have been like, okay, he set up a camera. Where is it? Fishing out the camera. Like, I would have been ready. I was not ready, and I think that could show how little I knew what was going on because I had no makeup on. My hair hadn't been, like, straightened or done at all, and, like, if anyone knows me in real life, if my bob isn't straightened, I look like a blonde Lord Farquaad. Like, it's fucked. That hadn't been done, and then I had this big chocolate stain down my white cardigan.
Yep.
Like,
and we also had a massage booked in like 45 minutes or something. Like, I think the massage you'd booked for 2:30 and check-in was at 2.
Yeah.
We got there and they'd let us check in like 15 minutes early. So, yeah,
it's
you
the
basically...
chocolate stain. Like, you could have said to me that morning before we got in the car, hey, babe, you've got chocolate on your shirt.
Do you know I didn't want to say a single word to you because I didn't want to ruin a surprise. Hey, babe, you've got chocolate on your shirt. You should change that because I'm going to propose to you. I mean, what? Who said that? Like, I would have fucking
Looking back on, like, the
whole day.
No, the OG photos, like the photos that we took, like, just after the proposal, has never seen the light of day. But looking back on them, I'm like, that couldn't be any, like, less manicured if I tried. Like, the chocolate on the shirt, like, why are you such a grub? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, that happened, and then I booked a 2-hour spa package for his birthday at like 2:30. I was like, sweet, we'll check in, suss out the room, and then we'll go to our spa package, and I'm gonna fall asleep, and I'm gonna just
beautiful. And instead, you just cried your eyes out throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Like, you know, like the massage beds, you like lay in there. I am still sobbing. Like, I was still on such a high, like so much adrenaline and emotion running through my veins that
it was the worst
like
massage
she's
you'd ever
massaging
had.
me, and I'm like still like. I'm like, this chick's gonna be like, man, this girl needs help.
Meanwhile, I was on the other bed, asleep, passed out. I was just like,
you fell asleep.
All of this stress and anxiety and nervousness had just like literally washed away straight out my asshole, and I was just like,
oh my God, no! I was the complete opposite. Like, I was like so happy and just like shocked, and it was wild. It was the most unrelaxing massage I've ever had in my life. Like, mad. And I just wanted it to end because I was like, I just want to go back to the room and I want to put my ring back on and I want to speak to him and I want to know about everything. I want to know about the planning. I want to know about when he asked my dads. I want to know when he knew that I was the one. Like, I wanted to ask all of these questions. If you have like a fiance or you've been married, like, you know, like you want to ask all the questions. And then you start thinking, it's like, oh my God, when you said that, when we did the podcast last, you had the ring. Like, you were going to ask me to marry you. Like, what? Anyway,
it happened. Here we are.
It happened, yeah. And then
here we are now, wedding planning.
Yeah.
That happened quick too. We didn't fuck around, did we? Like,
yeah,
we got eloped. No, I'm joking. I had someone
actually DM me the other day asking if...
Yeah.
When we put something up, asking me if we got eloped, and I'm like... No.
Yeah, or when we signed, was it when we signed the
contract to the venue?
People thought that we were signing a wedding contract.
Yeah. We just got married in the kitchen.
We just signed it in the kitchen.
I'm the most extravagant bitch you'd ever meet. So
yeah. Everyone, like, we had our engagement party and everyone thought that we were going to have a surprise wedding. And I'm like, you just don't know Michaela. Like, she is not having just a little pop-up surprise wedding. No. She's having the full shebang.
I'm going to rock up on a fucking hot air balloon. I'm kidding. Have you seen that meme of the bride like floating in on balloons? Anyway, I'm not going to do that, I promise.
Please.
I won't do that. But
I don't like this word, but that would be an ick.
That would be an ick. But no, it went for Russ's 30th birthday, so we were staying at Mitchelton for 3 nights or something. Was it 3 nights? Yeah. So after the proposal, because he did it like fucking, I hadn't even put my bags down. After the proposal, we had like just 3 days of just bliss. Like, we were in a love bubble. We hadn't told anyone yet. Like, we FaceTime Sheree that night because, of course, she'd been waiting for at that point, 12 or 14 weeks for you to do this.
Even more. Like, it was 5 months, I think.
Yeah. Like, she was waiting. So I was like, obviously, I'm going to tell her. So yeah, obviously FaceTimed her and showed her the ring and did all that. But then we didn't tell anyone for 3 days. So it was just an absolute like love bubble, wasn't it? It was just amazing. The weather was beautiful, and
yeah, we had
got given
such nice weather. I swear it was like it was raining every day leading up to it, and it rained on the way there, didn't it? I think, and then it just like stopped for 3 days while we were there. So,
but no, like we
drank some champagne those 3 days.
Well, the staff at Mitchelton were just phenomenal.
Yeah, they were unreal. They all knew, like in all the different areas, like the cafe, the restaurant, the wine cellar. Like everyone was just like speaking to us like straight away. They knew that we got engaged. So
yeah, like we got like bottles and bottles of champagne
mimosas,
and like mimosas, and it was just the best hospitality ever. Like just the best experience, the best possible way it could have happened, and it was just amazing.
Yeah,
but that's our engagement story. So for the people who didn't know how we got engaged, for how long we've been engaged for, that's how it happened.
That's how it happened, and that was one of the highs.
Oh, that was the highest,
highest of highs.
Highest of highs.
Definitely. What was the lowest of lows?
Oh, I'm coming crashing down off my little high horse. Lowest.
Told you it was a roller coaster.
Yeah, fine.
So this was 6 weeks before, I think it was, or maybe.
We're going to have to split this into 2 episodes.
Maybe we'll just do a really long one and we'll split it into 2.
Yeah, let's do a part 2 to this because I feel like this is going to go for about 7 hours. God, we've got a lot of talking to do, doll.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you box me up and then give me a new tonic.
Okay, you're saying new tonic like it's crack.
Pretty much may as well be with me.
Yeah. Anyway, lowest of lows.
6 weeks before that.
Yeah, which obviously Michaela had no idea about the engagement, about the ring, about anything. And yeah, it was a Thursday morning, wasn't it? Random Thursday morning.
I think I've actually blanked this from my memory because it was when our worlds chatted.
It was about Thursday morning and it was about 9 minutes past 8, approximately exactly 9 minutes past 8.
You remember exactly.
Yeah. And I get an email and I always it's probably a bad habit, but as soon as I get an email, I check it and I'll either unread it if I need to get back to it or I'll just leave it read if I don't need to get back to it. And got an email. We have a team meeting at 9:15. Every morning. And at this time, remember our Wi-Fi wasn't working very well? So, our Wi-Fi is fucking shit. It annoys me. Anyway, so our Wi-Fi wasn't working great. So you and I were working at our kitchen table. We'd set up our little office chairs in there and we were like a little...
Throwback to old times.
Yeah, it was like a little working bee.
A little homage to when we started coaching study.
Yeah.
We built the business, yeah.
So we were in there and I get an email and it basically says what did it say? Russell James Stockdale, your visa has been refused. You have 35 days to leave the country. And I was like, oh, amazing. That's exactly what you want to hear before a team meeting. So I'm reading it and I'm like reading through the whole thing. It's like a 4, 5, 6 page email or whatever. And I'm trying to like make it not look like I am absolutely all over the place to bring it up to Michaela. You held the
team meeting pretty well.
I know. And then like I thought, I can't tell Michaela right now. We've got a team meeting in 5 minutes. Let's jump on the team meeting. Then I'll tell her after. So jump on the team meeting. And through that, I'm like feeling sick, still trying to read the email whilst on the team meeting, which if any of my team members hear this, don't read emails while you're on the team meeting. Pay attention. But so had the team meeting and then that was 9:15. I think 9:40 we had a chiro appointment too. So we drive from ours to the chiro appointment, lay on the bed.
Like when we have like in the where we went for that appointment, you like lay next to each other. Again, we do everything together. So like it's a double bed. Yeah,
it's like 2 beds. And normally what she would do was she would treat each of us at the same time. She'd go from one to the other and alternate back and forth. But this one occasion, she decided that she was going to treat you and just leave me there to relax for 10 minutes and then come to me. That 10 minutes felt like 10 years. That was the longest 10 minutes of my life.
I feel so sorry for you.
And she was like saying to Michaela, oh, you're regulating your central nervous system so much better. And
I can tell you're a lot less stress.
And you're dealing with stress better. And Michaela's like, oh, I am. I'm dealing with so many more stressful situations better.
I was like, you know what, Talia, I feel bloody good. Like, 2024 has been pretty tricky and it's been testing and my nervous system has been absolutely fried beyond belief. But I'm feeling good. Like I'm regulating stress. I'm practicing my deep breathing. I'm sleeping better. I'm moving better in the gym. Like, you know what? I feel good.
Yeah. And I was so close to just getting up and leaving, getting up and just storming out for no reason, which would have looked very strange considering you had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, no idea.
But anyway, we had our
treatment,
our back crackle.
Yeah.
And then
we were like, and sat in the car and you were just a little bit off. And I was like, I don't know, did that adjustment hurt or something, babe? Like, you're looking a bit pale. Like, something's not right.
You just said,
and he's like to me, I think your exact words was, I don't want you to panic, but I have something to tell you. And just like a mere 4-5 weeks before that, like, we'd been going through the absolute ringer with a lot of other shit going on in our life. And I was like, please, for the love of God, not another thing. Like, I cannot handle another thing. And then you're like to me, so I got an email this morning and I was like,
deep breath.
I'm an anxiety girly, so my anxiety was peaking. And you were like, so my visa, which we applied for 3.5 years ago, has been refused, and I've got 35 days to leave the country. And I was like,
you didn't even say a word. And then you saw how stressed I was. And like, I started crying. I was like, I think you knew that. It was like, okay, this is
serious.
This is hectic.
Well, this is the thing about our dynamic, right? Like, I am like the emotional one in the relationship. Like, you're very logic driven. I'm driven by my heart and my feelings and my emotion. So for pretty much 99% of the time, when something goes wrong, whatever happens in our life, you deal with it with logic. I deal with it by crying or yelling or screaming or having a fucking breakdown. Like, that's just how it's always been. But for something in me, when I saw you just pure panic and like crying, and you never cry, and it was just like something flicked in me, and I just became like the protector. I was like, you know what, babe? If we've got 35 days to leave the country, we're going to pack up our house, we're going to organise Haiti, and we're going to go live in the UK until we can sort it out. And I was like, it's going to be fine. Like, as long as we're together, we're going to be fine. As long as we have our beautiful dog with us, we're going to be fine. If we need to sell all of our stuff, we're going to be fine. And if it does come to that, comes to that. If it doesn't come to that, then I'm going to fuck immigration up. And that's what I did.
And that's what you did. No, you didn't fuck immigration up. They fucked you up. But we ended up getting it sorted, didn't we? So,
yeah, long story short, fucking an extortion amount of money later.
Yeah. I think it cost $15,000 for
my heart.
Yeah, the migration lawyers.
Yeah, so we hired a solicitor. We did it the proper way, and we said to them, like, our relationship is legitimate. For a bit of backstory, we try and get a partner visa. The government doesn't think that our relationship is legitimate. They think that Russ is just an immigrant trying to leech off of me to stay in the country. But little do they know that we are a legitimate couple, and we couldn't get even more fucking legitimate.
Yeah.
So we own a business together. We do everything together.
Yeah,
Search us up on Instagram. Like, for the love of God, we are not fraudulent.
Yeah, I know. It was a bit,
anyway, you can tell that I'm still a little bit triggered.
Yeah. So I'm not a migration agent. Don't take this take this advice with a pinch of salt. But the reason that it got refused was because we applied, didn't provide enough evidence that our relationship was ongoing whilst the application was in process. So
because we didn't know that we had to do that.
We didn't know that we had to, yeah. And any time that I'd ever had like emails saying that a request
addressed to us.
Yeah, a request for more information, the information that they asked for wasn't like about our ongoing relationship. It was about like my health records or whatever. So I didn't realize that we had to provide everything, which
every
now
time we
move.
Yeah, well, every time we moved houses, if we...
and that was actually how it got flagged too. Was because every time we move house, I do let them know, because I have to let them know where I'm living and let them know that we'd moved into this house, and that then flagged it for them to be like, okay, I'm going to look at this case now. And they looked at it and they didn't see enough evidence.
Yeah, so that was probably the worst email that you've ever got, that I've ever got, situation that we've ever had to deal with, to be honest, because like when you get told literally like we weren't even engaged at this point, like the love of your life had 35 days to leave you, and you were probably going to have to do like a long distance, or you're going to have to move your entire life to live in the UK. It's like your world just crumbles right in front of you.
Yeah.
But we made it. We hired a solicitor. We paid the fucking big bucks, which still hurts my soul.
We're still paying too, by the way.
Yeah, we're still paying. Yeah. And yeah, we're fighting it. So we've got stat decks up with all of our bestest friends have provided their stat decks on how legitimate our relationship is. we have provided everything. Like, I'm not going to go into the specifics, but we may as well have provided that as well because it's fucked.
I know. Do they want a sex tape or what?
I think they do. Like, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know who is it? Is it fucking Dutton or whatever his name is? The immigration person of the government. Does he want to say it? Because I will provide it. Like, at this point, like, fuck me. Like, oh.
But yeah, anyway, the I guess tying those two stories together, the highs and the lows,
personally, that was a highest of highs and the lowest of lows.
The morning we actually had the meeting with the solicitor when they said that it was going to be 15 grand to lodge the appeal and pay them to. And
that's not something that everything. Like people just have lying around. Like we're not just sitting on 15K.
I know. That very morning, I was due to go to the jewelers and pick up a ring, and I was sitting there in this meeting, saying, like, in the back of my mind, thinking, I literally have a receipt for the ring. Also, I had to go and pay for the other half of the ring too when I picked it up, meaning that I not only had to pay 15 grand for this solicitor, I also had to pay for half of the ring on the same day, which was great. But I couldn't even tell them that I was going to propose.
We had to have like a formal interview with the solicitor that's taken our case because they needed to see if our case was strong enough for them to fight it for us. So it was like a full-blown interrogation. They were in like a law firm in Sydney. Russ and I, which we did it via Zoom, they were like interrogating us. They were like, is your relationship legit? Like, what about this? What date was this on? When did this happen? And I was sitting there absolutely fucking shitting myself because I'm like, they don't think that we're legit.
They really have to like dig deep to make sure that, because they don't take on any cases that don't get approved. So they needed to
so they're like full blown interrogating us.
Yeah, like when did you move in together? I think it was
like,
November.
I don't know, man.
November,
like,
I think 19, and they were like, okay, what day? And I was like, fuck, it was a Sunday afternoon, and I don't know. Like they needed to know everything.
Yeah, and it's just really scary, and it's really like scary, and it's confronting, and it's overwhelming, and it's just your whole life and everything that we worked for to have in Australia was just about to be taken away from us. And I was like, wow. So anyway, hired them. Yeah, Russ was meant to be picking up the engagement ring that very day, but we were just a mess for that whole week, weren't we? So we didn't really leave the house. Yeah, it was
really stressful. And then like once we did have to then go through the process of giving all of the information that they needed, like that took a long time, like took a lot of hours of just like sifting through everything, receipts, documents, everything that we had, like old letters that we'd had that are addressed to the both of us, like water bills, gas bills, all of that stuff. We had to go back through and find. Which
recap
was pretty,
like our love story, like
pretty time intensive considering we had everything else going on running a business too. That like it wasn't like we had a 9 to 5 that we go home and sit around and play with our dicks after. Like we fucking.
I'm concerned if I have a dick.
Yeah, well, sit around and play with my dick.
But I think it was really tricky for us because this was probably the first time that personally we'd really been tested, and like our strength and our stamina and our everything was stamina.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Stamina. What did I say? Stamina.
Stamina.
But like our resilience was put to the all-time test because at the end of the day, our personal lives were on fire. Like we didn't know if we were going to be able to stay together, if we were going to have to do long distance, if we were going to have to move our life to the UK, which like we love our life here in Australia, but we still had to show up to our clients. We still had to show up and lead our team. We still had to run team meetings. We had to pretend like everything was fine. So I think for us, we were like, really, really struggling at that point in our life, weren't we?
Yeah, but we got through it, didn't we? And I think that was like another thing that we look back on now and go, yeah, like that was a test, but we got through it and look at
the universe was testing us for a reason. Like, fucking, that was pretty tough. And like, I'm going to get through anything after that.
Yeah, 100%. I'm bulletproof.
I'm fucking bulletproof. Give it to me, baby. I'm ready.
Oh, I just inserted a drawing onto my nose. How good's that?
Oh, shit. But, that was challenging. It's probably the first time that we've actually told that story. So, yeah, it's still in question. We actually don't know if Russ can stay in the country. So, pray for us. If you ever see, like, us just move to the UK for some unknown reason, it's probably because Australia and the government is cooked.
Yep, they are indeed. So that was mid-year. That was like mid-end of year. So that was July, August.
Yeah, just before the engagement.
Yeah. After that, so that was the highs and the lows, and the roller coaster started to steady out after that a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I can't really remember now, to be honest. I think
you know when you do this thing where, I don't know if anyone can relate to this, when your life is just so chaotic and there is like 100 million things going on and there's just so much you're dealing with and like whatever, you like have a bit of a mental block. I was talking to the girls about this when we, like Jem about this at New Year's, and we were talking about like 2024 and like what happened and like the highs and lows and stuff. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't fucking remember. Like, what have I been doing?
What actually happened this year?
I have done so much and I've dealt with so much and I've overcome so much, but I actually can't remember what happened. Like, I blocked it.
Just blocked it out. Blocking out the haters.
But yeah, so that's where we're at. So we've hit what? November?
Yeah. No, September. So we got engaged in August. September, you had your teeth done.
I did.
You haven't spoke about this.
I haven't spoken about this.
You haven't told Instagram.
Literally haven't told
a soul. Told anyone, have you? Because it's something that you've been a bit like apprehensive about talking about. But I think you should talk about it. I think it's a valuable thing to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about it.